My name is Adriel Michaud. I'm the Director of Innovation at TopTraw. A little bit about me. I've been doing digital marketing for about 20 years, so I've been doing it a little while. My kids also teach me some new stuff about using AI. My oldest got ChatGPT to tutor him on calculus, and it did a pretty good job. In terms of myself, I've managed sales and marketing teams, and personally, my credo is that life's too short for crap work. It's too short for doing drudgery that's not going to work. It's too short even to wear boring shirts. So I'm going to wear what I want, and I think that I want to do stuff that's actually impactful in my life. Part of the my journey in digital marketing, I was working for a company that was acquired by Honeywell. While I was going through their digital marketing, I was trying to get things tracking better, and I found that we didn't have a lot of marketing budget. One of our big line items was a $24,000 spend we were doing with a catalog at the time, and I found that we got no business out of it. It was so good. I mean, it sucked, but it was so good because we could stop doing it, and we could take that money and put it to something else that worked. So that's really the part that attracted me to digital marketing is the trackability of it and the ability to find where your money is being well spent and where it's not being well spent. In terms of today, I'm going to get this is again going to be really impactful. I'm going to try to get stuff that's things that you can get going when you're back at the office. Some real quick ones, content creation. Yeah, ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude, these are all great for content generation. Who's using ChatGPT today? Most people are. How about Gemini? Fewer hands there. Claude? Oh, more hands. That's kind of surprising. Okay, cool. Most people are using some kind of AI today. A great way to use it is to build content. Now, we've all seen the kind of crappy ones that AI can put out. They can put out some pretty garbagey content, but it's garbage in, garbage out. If you give it good notes, or let's say you take the first crack at it, take the first crack at a content page, maybe it's a product or service page, and you ask AI, hey, is there anything missing from this? Here's the kind of client that I want to review this kind of thing. Is there anything I'm missing from this? And one quick tip that you might want to think about, don't type your stuff in when you're asking ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. Use your voice. Because often when people actually talk into it, they give more description, and that more description, that's going to help your AI models give you a better result. So if you can use AI to put that in, it's going to be better. Now, one other thing that just to take a note on that, if you don't have something to easily transcribe text, you might want to look into WhisperFlow. That's an online bit of software. There's a pro version if you end up using it too much. It will drastically increase the speed of your typing because you're not going to type. Instead, you're just going to talk into the platform. Typically, it'll show you like what your words per minute are using it. Typically, it'll be like over 120 words a minute. There are very few of us that can type at that speed error-free. WhisperFlow can because it's just using your voice. Or like you can use AI to give you drafts, and then you can refine it. Typically, if I'm gonna do a presentation, it's a brand new presentation, I might have ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever. I might even bake them off. I might say, hey, I want to do a presentation on this. You go do it, and you go do it, and you go do it, and I'll pick the best one to start with. And then typically I'll have to refine it. I'll have to take it and weed it down, kind of boil it down a little bit to its essence. Another thing you can use it for, competitive research. Ask it what your competitors' unique selling propositions are, USPs, right? Because I find a lot of people, I talk to a lot of companies, and they'll say, yeah, we're absolutely unique, we can do this and this and this. And sometimes they don't know their competitors very well because their competitors say the exact same thing. So it's a great way to find out whether that's true or not. Just some other things you might want to think about, keyword discovery. What kind of keywords do people use? How do people search for me on Google? How do people search for my business on ChatGPT? If you have no idea, ask ChatGPT. At least start off with it, right? There's a couple different places you can verify and gain some more platforms you might want to try. Google Trends. If you're looking for big, chunky trends on what's happening, how are people's tastes changing in wine versus hard liquor versus beer? Google Trends is fantastic for that kind of stuff. It will actually show you the trend change. Now, the problem with Google Trends, it's only good for bigger things that more people search for. If you need something a little bit more specific, Google's keyword tool is really good for that. But that's kind of attached to their Google Ads platform, so it's a bit more painful to get into. Positioning and messaging. Think your USP is good? Are you missing a positioning statement? Get these things to build it for you. That positioning statement should uniquely position you within the market. And then just social content repurposing. Let's say you get a case study with your customers. Hey, does anyone here like writing case studies? I don't really like writing them. You know what I like to do? I take the Coles notes of it. Here's this customer. Here's what we did for them. Here's the USPs I want in that case study. Now write the case study. And I want a quote for the customer. I want them to say something like this, and then go write me a case study. Now I'm going to have to work it over a little bit afterwards, but that quote there, I'll send it to the client and say, hey, here's a case study we're thinking of putting out. Do you approve of this quote? And you know what? 95% of the time, the answer is yes, and they don't even edit it. So you can put words in their mouth, I guess, is what the phrase would be. You can make them talk about the USPs that are important to you. Instead of just saying, oh, they're great, I like those guys. You can say, I like them because they're faster, they're better, they're smarter, whatever the case is. Now, once you have that case study, you've got that up on your website, well, let's get some more legs on this thing. How do we promote it? Well, let's build up a couple of different LinkedIn posts that I could share. And I'm not going to punch them all out at once. Let's just pace it out over time, right? This is, again, stuff that's kind of hard to do, but you can just get ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or whatever to build this stuff out. Now, that's how to do some more work that's related to marketing a little bit more efficiently with AI. Let's talk about how you actually get some leads from AI. Because the old way of doing this was that we just got our leads from Google. For most of my customers, even today, most of their traffic, most of the leads comes from people searching on Google, and they click on the natural, the organic links, or they click on the Google Ads links in there. It's kind of hard to tell the difference these days. Remember when Google was good? They kind of removed that don't be evil part of their slogan, and now it's, what is it, like do be evil, get all the money? It's kind of a piece of crap. They've really taken that in shitification and really ran with it. And yeah, it's kind of hard to use. It's still delivering lots of great results for a lot of clients out there, but a lot of people just don't trust it anymore. They don't trust that top result is really the best one. It's still solid, but it's again losing on the relevance game. So what we're starting to find is a lot of our prospects are using ChatGPT and these AI engines as their search engine. They'll look in there, they'll say, best digital marketing agency Canada or something like that. And then the first one that comes up, they trust it implicitly because they're better than Google at delivering those answers with context. So this has really changed things. Now we're not just trying to get onto Google and get ranked on Google, we're trying to get recommended by the ChatGPTs and that kind of thing. Last year, we would get maybe one, maybe two leads every once in a while from ChatGPT and that kind of thing. Right now, half of our leads are coming from ChatGPT, which is a pretty big change, and I can hear it talking in my pocket because it's listening to me all the time. Yes, yeah, okay. I knew it, just saying the G word. So this new buyer's journey looks very different. Instead of before where they search on Google, it's similar in that way. They're still going to realize that they have a need. Then they're going to, instead of going to Google, they might go on ChatGPT and say, hey, I need the best this. And they use really descriptive language. Whereas with Google, you might look for marketing agency Edmonton or marketing agency Canada or something like that. Instead, they're going to give way more detail in here. The search phrases, if you want to even call them that, in these AI engines is way longer. They're going to say, I want the best agency for this, and they have to focus on this thing over here, and they also have to have some case studies so that they've done this kind of thing before. And then they rely on the AI engine to go find that best company to work for. That AI engine might come up with a short list of 3 or 1 or 2, and that's really how you get into the pool. That's how you get your RFQ. That's how you get your RFP. Or sometimes they just contact the first one on there, and then that's it. If they sound good, if everything looks okay, we're all good. They'll go to the website, they'll see if it matches what they were looking for, and then after that, you've got the contact, you've got the quote out, primarily for B2B kind of a thing is what I'm talking about here. And this is happening right now. 2 weeks ago, we had a lead from Serbia. A lady was looking at selling solar panels into Canada. They had a big company, and they wanted to break into Canada. What does she search for? Best digital marketing agency, solar, Canada, and some other stuff in there. And she landed on a page on our website that talks about how, yeah, we focus on food and beverage, and we also focus on solar. And so she got to see, like, oh yeah, these guys focus on exactly this thing. They're tuned in for my market and other markets. But that was what helped to close that lead, get them in so that we could talk to them and get things going. And this is really the big opportunity in driving more leads and getting more business opportunities using AI. So let's talk about how you need to do it. These are going to be the nitty-gritty changes you need to do to your website, to things off your website to actually make this happen. Because that solar thing, that wasn't accidental. We made that happen. You need to find out your category keywords. These category keywords are the key phrases or the idea that people are going to search for that your company can help with. So for an example here, Canada cannabis co-packers. Now you might say like, oh, well, just co-packers. I just want to rank on everything to do with co-packing. Not very realistic. Let's pick something that we can win at, right? So something that's ideal for us, something that we're competitive in. Once we have an idea on that key phrase, we need to build a whole page around it. That page should be easy to understand. It should have active voice statements. You say, we do this. This is our company, we do this, right? And if you don't know if it's written correctly, just ask ChatGPT, hey, I need you to dumb this down a little bit. It would be a raw way of saying it. But yeah, you need it at a lower reading level. This is not only good for the AI systems out there, but it's also good for your users. Do you want your users to spend their time deciphering what you meant by some super long sentence that has multiple ideas like all baked into it? Or do you want them to just be able to skim through the content, which is what they do? Most people don't spend a lot of time on reading that content on your website. So it needs to be skimmable, easy to understand. Really, after you've got this, your goal here is to become the default recommendation. You want to see this, you want to see your company being shown out there much more often than the other companies out there. Some of the things you're going to have to do, you can't just have a page on it. We need to be relevant. How do we get relevancy? We need to get other places to link to us. That's the hard part. The hard part here is building links. So let's do the easy ones first. Industry directories, you have control over a lot of those. So why don't we optimize those industry listings so that they talk a little bit about things that we care about. So trade publications, LinkedIn, hey, AFPA listings. Oh, why don't we optimize those? Why don't we say what we do on it? Why don't we use that kind of language we wanted to use on our site on these other sites and make sure that they're matching? Let's do that. Let's make sure that our expertise is scannable so it's really easy to see what we're all about and what we want to be known for. So here's an example of one of these AFPA listings. I went through a bunch of them. Most of them don't even have logos in them. The description's really short. Maybe there's not even a link to the website. Oh, what a crime. As an SEO person, I see that kind of stuff. It hurts. So, easy thing for you, go take a look at your AFPA listing. Make sure that it has your product, your category keywords in there. Make sure it's written in a way that shows your USPs, what are your unique selling propositions. It should all be baked in there. Products and services, it has a category right there for you to put keywords in. That sounds fantastic. Let's do that. And a link back to your website. Yeah. Let's do that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's an easy one, right? A lot of this other, like building links otherwise is kind of hard. I got to contact CBC and try to get them to cover me and get a link back to my company. Like this stuff, that takes a little bit more effort, whereas this is going to be easier. So on our website, what's going to be on our checklist? There's going to be clear, keyword-rich about and service pages. So we talked about service pages before. What about your about page? That should have that stuff in there, right? Case studies. Case studies with measurable outcomes. Why a measurable outcome? Well, if you say, yeah, we have the fastest response time, how does AI know that that's true? Well, if you have some case studies that say, we improve the response time for this client from this to this, it's a measurable outcome. That is going to be adding to its score, right? Oh yeah, these guys say they're the fastest, and they got some case studies that prove it. Make sure that you have consistent name, address, and phone number across all those different directories. Make sure that your Google business profile, that's that little map listing. Make sure that you've claimed it, you've started it, and it's optimized. And then make sure you're listed in all the directories that you can out there, right? Just some other things that you might want to look into. Awards, certifications, association memberships, those should be visible on your site, and wherever possible, you should be optimizing those off of your site as well. A couple of things that I noticed looking through, so I went through some different food pressers or websites, and I just looked at some things that you guys might want to think about. A lot of them are lacking a very clear value proposition. A good value proposition shouldn't just be, we've got quality products and good service. Everyone says that. You need some way of either proving that your service is better than everyone else, or it needs to be something else. You need a different value prop. Your value prop should be, we do this for these people, and unlike some of our competitors, we do this and this and this. That's like a standard value prop. And again, you don't have to know that. You can get ChatGPT to build that based on what you feed it. Quality in, quality out. Content that answers buyers' questions. This stuff is a gold mine. So you might want an FAQ section on your website that answers some of these common things, because people will be asking the AI engines some of these questions. Like, oh yeah, who's the best cannabis co-packer in Canada? Well, that's us. And here's why. Because we do this and this and this. So you want to make sure you have those exact backups to making those statements. And then the last thing, this is not necessarily about AI. This is just a kind of a pet peeve of mine. Think about what you want the person to do. Now, if everyone's just got a contact us form on their website, and that's it. But then if I fill in that contact us form, the very first thing you do is call me and book a meeting with me. Why are we doing this dance? Why are we going back and forth? Why can't you just make it easy for me? Make it so I can book with you directly online. It's so good. I'd much rather, if I fill in a contact us form, maybe you'll get back to me. Maybe you won't. If I fill in a booking time, at least I've got a time allocated where I know that you're going to show up and we're going to talk about my needs. So that's a great one that I like to do, is a booking form where it's applicable, or it might be an RFQ form or something else. Just a couple things on where ChatGPT and some of these different AI engines get their information. Your website, so that's the most controllable thing you have, because you can make changes to your website fairly easily, right? Third-party places, news articles. Reddit is a huge one. I know like a lot of people aren't on Reddit, but AI, I read a recent study that showed, what was it, 40-50% of unattributed. When ChatGPT just says something, but they don't put a source in there, a lot of the time, it's from Reddit. So if there's a post on Reddit/r/Calgary about, hey, who's the best this, you want to put a comment in there, and maybe you want to get your friends and family to upvote that comment, because that might end up showing up in there later on. AFPA listings, we talked about that. Social and LinkedIn, we talked about those ones a little bit. And then reviews and testimonials. Hey, if there's a USP that you need to talk about, unique selling proposition, something that you do uniquely, make sure that that's in your reviews. And then the other thing on reviews, just a quick thing too. Google your company name plus reviews. See what pops up. Do you have some other weird, do you have Yelp that shows up? You should probably be getting some reviews on Yelp. Is Google showing up? Is Facebook showing up? Is the last review that you have on Facebook from 6 years ago? I just talked to a client this week. That was the case. They had a whole bunch of them on Google. Facebook showed up higher than Google when they searched the company plus reviews. And their last review was from 6 years ago. Does that look like an active company? No, that doesn't look like an active company. Sprinkle in a couple in there at least, right? Try to even out a little bit. So for you who are listening here today, try to make an actionable plan out of this. Not just we should be doing some AI stuff, but actually start putting some pen to paper on what you can do to improve your listings inside these AI engines. Run that checklist. Verify the consistency of your listings and directories. Check out your AFPA directory listing. Optimize it. Do a better job of that thing, right? Update or create your Google business profile. Identify your the top 5 buyer search phrases. You could probably think of some right now, right? What would you want to show up on if someone were to search something in ChatGPT? Would you want to search up on best food safety solutions? Would you want to show up on wineries? What would you want to show up on? Go take a look on those, see where you rank right now. And then lastly, ask incoming prospects. You might already be getting traffic from ChatGPT. You don't even know about it. So ask your incoming prospects, or ask your salespeople to ask the incoming prospects, how'd you guys hear about us? Oh, I searched you on Google, or oh, no, I asked ChatGPT who the best this thing was, and you guys showed up. Might be interesting. Into the 60 days, you're going to look at publishing some more content. Those FAQs, that'd be a great idea in that time frame. Submit or update those directory listings, and then add some clear capabilities pages to your website, more pages. Getting into the 90 days, search ChatGPT and Gemini. See if it's changed. Is your listing doing better now or not? Let's find out. It should have. We've put the work in, right? Review the website traffic for organic traffic growth, and then just refine the content based on what's actually driving queries. We often find we head into these things, we have an idea as to what people are going to talk about, and some of them are talking about that. Some of them are talking about something totally different that can also be really interesting. Okay, get your phones ready because I'm going to show you about a couple of different grants and loan systems that you can get access to. One's the AFPA Scale program. We've been talking about that all day. Great program. Another one would be the CAPG. This is a Canada-Alberta Productivity Grant. This is for training. You could use it for digital marketing training. Do you have a marketing person who needs to get access to some training that's subsidized? Hey, there's a program for you. And then the last one there, that agri-marketing program, that thing's fantastic. That one's for market diversification of SMEs, and lots of different companies may apply to that. That QR code, goes to an article on our website that has a bunch of different government programs that might all be available, right? So take a look at that. Try to get some of your tax money back. Yeah, get it back and get it helping your business grow. Finally, if you wanted to book a meeting, you can scan that. Or if you just wanted to ask a question, feel free to shoot me an email. Or when we're in the networking thing afterwards, look for the guy with the weird shirt underneath the blazer. That'll be me. Any questions? Yeah, so the question is, would the optimization change between Amazon and Google and some of these other ones? There's little, like what I've shown you today is a very simplified version of what we do for our customers. There are little differences between all of them, but like good work, good like foundational work for one, will generally work for all of them. If you do good foundational work, you know the keywords your customer is using, know the phrases that they're using, and you're putting that into your website, all that's good stuff. That's all going to help with some of these other ones. Some of them will have a little peculiarities to them, but good work for one works for another. Thank you.